Hi everyone, my name is Artyom Bukhanovsky and this is the Home Chef Cooking School. Today we're going to make a wonderful Neapolitan recipe, penne with meatballs. This recipe is so amazing and delicious that let's not put it off any longer and start cooking right now. Let's start cooking the pasta, farfalle with Neapolitan-style meatballs. This recipe is amazing because it brings together such vibrant ingredients that, honestly, you probably wouldn't think to use all in one dish. So, we'll begin by boiling the pasta, penne. We're starting with it because pasta takes quite a while to cook, about 12 to 15 minutes. So I've salted the water, brought it to a boil, and now I'm adding the pasta. Let it cook. Next, on the stove, we'll pour in some olive oil. Now turn the heat to medium. And quickly make meatballs from the ground meat. Like this, these will be our meatballs. The only thing is, we'll lightly salt the ground meat and season it with pepper. Then we'll mix it all together. It wasn't for nothing that I placed a bowl of water nearby. It's to keep the meat from sticking to my hands. We knead it thoroughly. And as you probably know, to keep the meat mixture from falling apart, it needs to be pounded. So now I just pressed it with my hands to remove excess air and the mixture became more compact. Now we'll shape the meat into balls and place them straight into the pan. Now the meat mixture will release its aromas as it fries into the oil, which will enhance with even more flavors and aromas. In this paste, we'll include anchovies, capers, sun-dried tomatoes, Kalamata olives, garlic, and a bit of chili pepper. In the meantime, while the meatballs are starting to brown, we'll take a clove of garlic, crush it well, and chop it very finely. Add it to our meatballs. Next, take just a little bit of chili pepper and add that as well to our future sauce. Give it a gentle stir. And remember, we're sauteing everything over medium heat. High heat won't allow the sauce to absorb all the flavors and aromas, and some of the ingredients might just burn while we're sauteing and so on. Now let's take anchovy. Anchovy needs to be chopped very, very finely so that it will simply dissolve into our sauce and give it a unique aroma. Chop it super, super, super finely. Anchovy is a small fish. It's usually sold already salted and in oil. You can also find it in stores as dried anchovy, which is also quite salty. Next, the capers. We chop the capers, not too finely so that they can still be felt in the dish. This amount will be enough. And we also add it to the oil. Meanwhile, the oil is now absorbing all the aroma. Perfect. Next, sun-dried tomatoes. I'll cut the sun-dried tomatoes into small cubes. And just like that, we immediately add them to the pan. Let all of this saute for a bit. And in the meantime, we'll take the Kalamata olives and remove the pits. Always buy olives with pits because they taste much better. Just like this, we carefully remove the pit. Kalamata olives, yes, that's a variety. And black olives, Kalamata, sorry. And most importantly, olives and black olives are actually the same thing. Olives are the green, unripe fruit, while black olives are fully ripened olives. As a rule, you can hardly find them fresh here because they simply can't be transported. And by the way, olive oil is pressed from green olives, not from black ones. But in terms of taste, black olives are, of course, much richer and more flavorful. Next, we'll cut the black olives in half. And now we'll add these large pieces to the pan. Into the pan they go. Perfect. Now we mix everything together and continue sauteing over medium heat. This way, by the time our sauce is ready, the meatballs will be fully cooked and won't dry out. Let's check the pasta and give it a stir. The pasta is still quite firm. But as the Italians say, pasta should be cooked al dente, which means to the tooth. You've probably noticed that Italians tend to be a rather lean nation, and that's because slightly undercooked pasta is actually easier to digest. And the kind we probably grew up eating since childhood, overcooked pasta, that's exactly what ends up around the waistline like a life preserver. Summer is coming, so I think we don't need that. We add dry red wine. And now, also over medium heat, we reduce the wine by a third. So the wine has already reduced, and now we add tomatoes in their own juice. I'm using pre-chopped ones right away to save time. They're exactly the same as whole ones. Mix this thoroughly and continue to simmer. Let's check if our pasta is ready. Perfect. The pasta is done. Drain it using a sieve or colander. And here's a very important point. Some people add olive oil. You can actually add butter or sunflower oil, it doesn't matter. But we're not adding anything right now so that the pasta absorbs all the sauce as much as possible, all the flavors and all the aromas. Because if we add oil now, it will create a kind of film that will prevent the sauce getting absorbed into the pasta. Now our sauce, let's taste it for salt and pepper. Magnificent. We'll add a bit of salt, adding freshly ground pepper. You can now turn off the stove. Perfect. The pasta sauce is completely ready. Now we plate our penne. And mix it all with penne thoroughly. Penne is perfect for this sauce because it has a hollow center where the sauce gets in and basically stays. That way, the pasta will be much juicier and more flavorful. All right, the pasta is ready. I'm going to plate it. There we go, perfect. Now let's season it all with grated Parmesan. I specifically grated it on the finest grater so it would be like powder. That way, the cheese will coat all of our pasta. Well then, in just a few minutes, we've prepared this amazing dish. Neapolitan style penne with meatballs. Enjoy your meal.